Yo, 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 welcome back to Selective Ignorance with your girl, Mandii B, where we promise you one thing and possibly deliver another. Today, we told y'all this episode was going to be about sports and politics. Let me put up the air quotes. Sports and politics. Because not really. It's not your usual who's winning sports talk, but the sideways, messy, adjacent takes that only we can deliver here. And I'm joined by some very special people to help me deliver those hot takes. First up, we are talking Cam Newton's girlfriend / third baby mama, with welcoming of the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th child. I don't remember. But she says that she wants to raise a son into a man that she's never had. Excuse me? Women are out here openly making parenting transactional like it's an NFT drop. Speaking of transactions, a tennis player straight up says that you need to put down $1,000 deposit just to take on a date. Now, y'all know my thoughts on this. Is it prostitution? Is it dating? Where are we in society? I do not know. We're going to get into it. And then on the politics side, we're getting into culture wars. Trump is calling the Smithsonian too woke. And I have my thoughts and experiences from my stop at the African American Museum coming later. He's talking about scrubbing history like it's an Instagram feed. And meanwhile, Black folks, don't ever let anyone tell you that we don't have power. Target just lost billions by cutting their DEI program. Corporations are folded, market share is shifting, and we're here to break it all down. So buckle up. It's today's episode of Selective Ignorance, where we'll see which one of my guests are more ignorant than the other. Because I'm joined today by, of course, my super producer who is back, a king, a.k.a. Easy A with the curls out.
It's the weekend.
Listen, they is outside. I love it. I walked in like, mind you, I was like, NWA, it's from one of them little groups.
Here we go. One of them groups is crazy.
Listen, I was like, New World Order, what is it? Oh, niggas with attitude, okay. And then I am joined, y'all, today. Ooh, it's giving the battle of, I don't know, the ignorance. I have two of my really close friends, male friends, who I disagree often with. Y'all may know this first guy. He's been on here before. Mm-hmm. We have Ish, who likes to just go by Ish and nothing else. Should I say where y'all may know? Can I say where they may know you from, sir?
Of course.
I'm just going by the way you were introduced at InvestFest this weekend.
Wow.
It was just giving Ish from Jersey in the building.
No, I said New York.
Which is even more crazy.
Crazy.
Which is even more crazy. Y'all, we have Ish, 1/100th of the Joe Budden Podcast joining me today.
I see what time it is.
Yeah,
yours drinking.
You know what's crazy?
That shit's still in your system.
A little bit. No, I have my coffee, and this is like pure espresso. Mm-hmm. And then I am joined by Barry, my good friend Barry, who is not normally on the mic. However, sometimes he is. He has listened and critiqued everything I've done for about the last 8 years. And so somehow we're in the same city. And I said, you want to come join us on the mic? Because if it's two people I can possibly have really good dialogue with, it's the two of these guys. So excited. As you guys have heard, Jason is not with us today. He is enjoying family time. So I love how I could kind of still always have one of my super producers with me.
Be careful with him and his barbecues.
Him and his
polyamorous barbecues.
Listen. No. So Jason shared a couple weeks ago how he's Eskimo sisters with a lot of his friends, and he just be inviting them to the barbecues, and everybody done kind of slept with each other, and it's okay.
Eskimo sisters.
No, he's Eskimo brothers.
Brothers, you mean?
Yeah.
Eskimo brothers. It's tricky.
And everybody's coming.
And everybody's coming, and everyone apparently, and everyone behaves themselves.
Literally.
I love that for him. For the catch up though, y'all are both in Atlanta for InvestFest.
Yes.
And so I'm excited to talk to both of y'all's experience with it, your time with it, going to it. I love Troy and Rashad, EYL, everything they do. I was a part of it last year. I do like them. Don't make the face. I like them. I really like them a lot as friends. I like what they're doing. The internet and people constantly have thoughts to say about them. Now, hold on. The one thing I don't like that they're doing right now is beeping with all these niggas. That is one thing. But I do like what their platform stands for.
Absolutely.
I do love what they're doing. I do hate, though, that InvestFest is kind of nicknamed, a.k.a. Scamfest. And so I want to know y'all's thoughts on why people call it that, your thoughts on attending, Barry, and then your thoughts on being on stage with tonight's conversations. Where we starting?
I'll
Do you believe it's a scam? Let's start off
I do
there.
not believe it.
Okay.
I do not believe it's a scam at the EYL level, InvestFest level.
Agreed.
Do I think people that may be there are there for scamming, learning how to do the scam, trying to possibly? But
You believe, people going there are there to learn how to scam?
Yeah, because everybody's trying to get to the money quick.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then with anything, you try to get to the money quick no matter what it is. I know they talked a lot about AI this time. They talked a lot with Ghana this time. And there's people that don't want to do the true homework. Their favorite statement, do your own work. People want to skip
That's literally what you said, too.
People want to skip the step. And when you skip the step, there's no telling what you're going to do, how you're going to do, what shortcuts you're going to take. And so then you're really you shouldn't even be there, in all honesty, because it's there to learn. It's there to network. It's there to engage.
Yeah.
If you think you're just going to find $1 million on the floor.
I think that's what people think when they say, I'm going to pay my little $150 for the ticket and I'm finna leave InvestFest as a millionaire. And it's like, what? Go ahead.
One, I think it's insulting, right? I think it's insulting that we call it Scam Fest. And
I do too.
And the bad part is the black people are calling it Scam Fest. Shout out to their whole crew. They put 25,000 people in that building.
Facts.
They built that
and
shit.
That was crazy.
It was. I think I went
2 or 3
years now. This is the most people they've ever had. That shit was packed, bro.
And was
wall to wall, packed all the way to the back. That shit looked like a sea of people. I've recently, this was my first year speaking, but outside of that, I spoke to them like individually, and I just think that what they've done in less than a decade has changed culture.
Absolutely.
You can't deny what these guys have done. Prior to their movement, black people at large were not really concerned with investing like that. Like, people looked at stock market stuff like white shit. Absolutely. They brought the stock market to our living rooms, young black people that we can identify with, that resonate with us, all of that stuff, and made other black people from inner city see that this shit is possible.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, literally, I speak to some of these guys on a daily, weekly basis, and these guys are making millions and millions of dollars legitimately, and that's something that we've never seen outside of sports or entertainment.
Or drugs, but yes.
I mean, legally.
No, legally
like,
for sure.
Outside of sports and entertainment, there are some people that make money, but we don't see them in our faces. You get what I'm saying? Like, people didn't know who Robert Smith was prior to him paying for the, Morehouse graduation or commencement. Right. He paid everybody. Like, people didn't know who a bunch of these black billionaires were, or that they even existed. So Rashad and them being 20-something, 30-something-year-old, 40-year-old men from New York City, inner cities and stuff like that, you can't knock what they've done in maybe 7-8 years.
It's literally what I said. I relate what people have to say about InvestFest to how we saw our community tear down Essence, how we did Roots Picnic, how we do all these things. And it's just like, damn, y'all really don't want to see us excel. Our own community almost hates when someone actually gets too successful or gets too big for their britches or steps out the hood or doesn't. And it's just like, what? I don't know. It's frustrating because, like I say, if we don't support the programs and things that we're creating for our community, you think the white people going to support it? You think those checks and dollars going to keep coming in to allow us to actually have our own shit? Right. No.
People are rooting for you while you're the underdog.
True.
I just watched a documentary on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
And it was crazy how they said when the Chiefs were making their initial runs, people were rooting them on like crazy. Like, yo, Patrick Mahomes, black quarterback, let's get it. When they started winning and winning and winning, people's like, yo, these motherfuckers win too much. I want them to lose. Yo, his baby mother white. Like, they started just killing this. Like, first it was, yo, go black quarterback, and then it was just
you
like,
know what's crazy? I've always experienced that, and this is not a sports pod, but I love the analogy here. I've always experienced that as a Duke fan. Like, when Duke was constantly winning and things like that, people hated them.
Patriots,
the Patriots, the Lakers, like Boston. People hate winners. And it's so weird that you want to root for people while they're the underdogs, while they quote unquote suck. And then as soon as like they advance, it's like, oh yeah, nah, fuck that. I don't want to support you anymore.
The underdog resonates with the masses.
This is true.
Because a lot of people are mediocre and suck. Average, no, they are. They don't want to admit to being mediocre. They don't want to admit to being average. And when that's the problem too with Rashad and Troy, right? When they had the story of being like teachers. They were relatable because they were middle class people just, doing this podcast and kind of navigating. Now that they up there, now that they wearing their little silk blouses.
I was about to say, now Rashad walking around with satin outfits on, going to Ghana. Like, dog, these boys are building.
I think they did 10, outfit changes the whole time.
Oh, no, for
sure.
I
want to push back
100 houses in Ghana, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to push back on what?
I just want to push back on a little bit. Because the one thing, and we kind of talked about this separately, people can still be getting it and stumble from time to time and make mistakes.
Sure.
So the only thing, and this is a small thing, I support them brothers, want them to win like Issa Rae. But you can stumble and get called out on stumbling.
True.
And the answer to stumbling can't be you're jealous and
you hate that's his response.
It can't be every time. Sometimes you just gotta, hey, it happens, I'm human, move on.
Okay, so basically, and I think even when Rashad went, when he got called in, when everyone's questioning why he's beefing with all these guys that at one point were being platformed by his own platform, the conversation was they're just jealous. They have less money than me. And I think a lot of people do lean into that. I mean, literally here, when I had Ray Daniels on the show, his immediate thing was like, yo, I'm not talking to nobody that make less money than me. And it's just at a point, there has to be a response to what the problem is. Now, for me, I will say that's the only thing that sucks, right?
Did Ray say that?
Ray said that.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. Ray will, when he's wrong, he'll just be like, yeah, well, fuck it, I make more money than you. And I think that as Black people, if we're excelling, if we're really speaking to the community, that can't just be like the shutout when you're getting called out on something. Now, my only thing that I think they did wrong, quote unquote, is maybe not vet all the people they've platformed. In the beginning, I just think they liked other Black people that seemed to be out here doing their thing. And to me, I think that they did platform a lot of scammers.
That's unfair.
They platformed niggas that I think made it seem like, yo, let me teach you how to do this. They never did it. Like the selling of courses, the niggas who just know how to form sentences well enough to
Maybe
to
they
get...
were fillers.
That's not fair.
And they didn't get a raise.
What was not fair?
It's not fair because let's hype it. I don't know their numbers, but let's just
They've done a lot of episodes now.
No, I'm saying let's just say they introduced 200 business people to the world.
Yes.
If 4 of them or 5 of them have been doing some illegal shit, that's not fair.
Valid.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
valid,
dog, that's
valid.
not fair. If we've showcased 100 or 200 people that are legitimate, that are entrepreneurial, that are out here moving and shaking and making shit happen, and these 7 or 8 people are bad apples, that's not fair to now put us this moniker of Scam Fest.
Facts.
I think that's fucked up.
No. No. I agree with that. I think the Scam Fest is coming from, again, the people who can't get in the club.
I think, I
you know what I
truly
mean?
believe.
I'm just talking about the people that they're now going toe to toe. Let's be very clear too, and this is where I want to draw the parallels. What I hate about our community, it reminds me of rap. No one really gets, everyone gets excited about beef. It's almost like we talk about how Black people killing Black people. Our community just loves the entertainment of us beefing with each other. You don't see the white people doing it.
And
the Black pods do it.
them.
The Black rappers do it.
And it used to
now
be
Black investors doing it. What is this?
It'd be cool if we could keep the competitive spirit, to uplift everybody. Say, hey, we all trying to, in the name of upliftment. But the beef start when it gets personal, and the attacks and the hating.
And I spoke
that's when
to
it gets
all
crazy.
of them. I spoke to Trap. I spoke to Ian. I spoke to Shotty. And what I told them was the disappointment is I'm disappointed in y'all. I said, dog, you would never see Warren Buffett beefing with Jeff
Mark
Bezos.
Cuban,
publicly.
Publicly.
Listen,
maybe
I might
behind the
hate
scenes.
this nigga's guts. I might shut his deals down. I might stop his daughter from getting in Stanford. They might be on some petty shit. We will never.
They're not taking it to Twitter.
Know about it publicly.
They're not making YouTube recaps.
But
if you stop somebody from going to Stanford, I mean, that might have to be on display.
but
you never know.
We'll never know.
Bro, we would never know. And so my thing is,
It's Jay-Z's fault.
Wow.
Whoa. Wait. What?
When he put up the Summer Jam screen, everybody from that point, that changed how we have discourse.
No. If you go back even further
before that,
back from that, you could go to the Source Awards with Snoop.
Old.
How old are you? Go ahead and bring it up. When they horse and carriages, what they was doing?
KRS-One and MC Shan, like it's a bunch of shit that was going on. Like LL Cool J was beefing with Mandii. What I'm saying is this: when you got hundreds of millions of dollars worth of potential investors looking at you through a microscope, number one, they already don't want to give us any money.
They don't.
And they don't want you to gain any leverage. And then now to publicly start going through this bullshit, it's like, yo, I told you, these niggas gonna nig.
Yeah.
Give them a minute. They
and
gonna
I hate that.
And it's disgusting to me.
That.
And so I expressed that to them, like, yo, dog, that shit is just horrible. Like, but with regards to the Scam Fest thing, I had a point I didn't want to let go. What happens is, and I've been going to seminars literally for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Like I bought my first house in 2003. You get what I'm saying? And I learned all of that shit at a seminar in like 2001. Right. So I went to the seminar in 2001. I didn't buy my first house until 2003. Because you got to do the work.
You got to gain information and knowledge.
When you see these young dudes on the internet with Lamborghinis behind them and 7,000 square foot houses and all of this stuff, we see the result.
You don't see the work.
We don't see the work. When you see a motherfucker with an 8-pack, we don't see the countless hours that they put in the gym.
Well, not Drake's.
Wow.
I'm just saying, not all 8-packs are made equally.
What I'm saying, right? We don't see the countless hours that they put in the gym. You get what I'm saying? So we just jump online. Yo, these things are possible. You can make XYZ amount of money in real estate. And we think that we're going to buy a house and we're going to be a millionaire tomorrow. And without reading, without doing any of the prep work, it doesn't happen in any business.
Oh, I was about to say, I say that for people that want to do podcasting.
Same thing.
Like, bruh, they be like, how long it took you to make money? Bro, like, if you have to get into, first off, building your audience, you got to show up weekly, you got to have something to say, and then you also have to build your relationships within the goddamn thing.
We see it in hip-hop. In the podcasting space, Joe has been successful.
Yeah.
And they like, oh, if he could do it, oh, that nigga could do it? Oh, I know I could do it. Right. Give me a mic. And so you see every single rapper getting a mic.
Well, go ahead and talk your shit.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
Who you shading? Who you don't like listening?
Not at all.
Name them.
I don't do that. But no, I'm just saying, like, any person thinks that, yo, he could do it. I was more successful in hip hop than he was. So I know that my fan base is now going to transcend and come over here to podcasting. And that's not true.
And that's not going to happen.
And that's not true. And so we see that in business. We see it. Oh, I'm smarter than him. Right. You get what I'm saying? Oh, if he could do it, I know I could do it.
What is it? Comparison is the thief of joy?
It damn sure is.
Period.
Yes.
And let me give one testimonial for them. I did the EYL University during the COVID, you know.
Yep.
Everybody was at home doing something. Mm-hmm. I can honestly say my credit score went from the 600s to the 800s, and it was from them. And someone who's also been, this is my second year, in the room, all love.
It's a different energy in that room.
It is.
People inspiring, young,
notebooks,
old, men, women, notes, hints, cards, sharing. What's your IG? How can I get connected? It is.
Let's be fair.
It is from the outside, you just...
Half the people that didn't go to Essence Fest had nothing but bad things to say about Essence Fest. You weren't there. Right. You weren't there. Invest Fest. Bro, go. Get your ticket. Next year, get your ticket. This is not an ad. But yeah, make sure y'all go there. Yeah. Ish will be talking real estate maybe next year and not financial disparities and relationships.
No, they told me they like, yo, I want you to... Rashad asked me to go on Dolo.
Okay.
I'm like, are you crazy?
What? Not you was scared.
No.
Not you was scared.
Call it what you want.
Ish, I need you to get
energy?
Grow some balls. Grow some balls.
Bro, y'all say what y'all want. That's not my bag. But no, he asked me, and I'm like, yo, you gotta. I'm not fucking with that. He's like, come on, dog. I'm gonna put you on the panel.
You have thoughts, and so we have a segment on here called "Double Down or Take It Back." And I have a clip I want to share. Can you not laugh? I can hear you laughing, King. Look, it's not that messy. So the last time Ish joined me on Selective Ignorance, we talked about financial literacy. And a lot of people had something to say about a take. And so I want to bring up where it was brought back up on your pod. And I'm just going to play a quick little 40 seconds here, okay?
Can I ask you a controversial question?
Me?
Yeah. Sure. I don't thought of it because Flip just said that pro-black shit, which I do believe that you are.
Yeah.
But there's a clip going around of you saying that you didn't believe that black people should get reparations.
Oh, I read that.
Here you go. Here you go.
I didn't see the clip, but I read somebody.
This the clip
say
Selective
it.
Ignorance put out 77 times. They just refresh that shit every 4 months.
Listen to what they say.
Black people, if they get the money, what they're wasted. Or
You could cut it, fam. I'll address it.
Hold on. Here's what you
I
said.
can address it. I'm good.
I think that's what. Yeah.
End of your question.
What about it? Do you believe black people should get reparations?
No, I think black people should get equity, and I think the two are different. I think that.
Fam, we get the
6 more
premise.
seconds.
Yo, we
Not
get
everyone
the
heard
premise.
this. Not everyone heard this. Not everyone listens to the JVP.
And you not be on
Yes,
my
they do.
Yes, they do.
I don't think that if we get reparations, we gonna fare any better. Me personally, I don't think that.
Okay. Even though you talked over your whole take, but go ahead. Do you, with all of the backlash, with maybe people sharing or giving you more information on their thoughts that black people do need reparations, do you stand on the fact that black people don't need reparations, or do you take it back with any further information that you've learned since this clip went viral?
I'll say this. I think that sometimes when we listen immediately just to respond. And I think I might have did a poor job in how I articulated my thoughts, because I was, sometimes the shit is off the cuff, like now. I think that, all right, let me give you an Amanda Seales just did this thing. Where she was 20
v1.
Right?
Yep.
Crushed it.
And
Yeah.
shout to her. She bodied it. I think that in watching that, if I came off how they came off, then I apologize wholeheartedly to everybody in our community.
If you came off like a
How some of
conservative,
those
like the
assholes
black conservatives.
sounded.
Okay.
That wasn't my intent. Like,
Do you feel like you've ever come across like that?
It's possible. We human. Like, and again, pardon me. When you put these mics in our faces and you asking us questions off the cuff, everybody got their days. So it's days that I could convey my thoughts in a concise manner, and then other days I might be, all over the place a little bit. I think that if I sounded like them or if I came off like them, that's definitely not my intent. Like, I wanted to reach through the computer and smack some of them, right? That wasn't my intent. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm for us. 100% for us. Like, all day, every day.
But you don't want black people to get free money.
I think that the premise behind the money, behind the money, I think that my personal opinion is I want society to get out of our way and stop trying to hold us back, right? And I think that if they give you a check, that still does not stop the systemic stuff that is taking place. So I think that it's not a cure-all. I don't think that it's a cure-all. Like, just throwing money at a problem doesn't solve the problem.
So I don't think reparations is meant to be a cure-all. When I even look at something that I can compare it to, it would be what people normally question regarding civil suits around sexual assault, right? Mm-hmm. You're not curing the trauma that's been endured by being sexually assaulted when you get a payment or settlement. True. But it's something that makes the victim feel like justice was served, or that they're restitution for what they went through. And so reparations, I think, isn't a cure-all for us to be elevated into society to even be comparable to white people. But I think how people view it is, our ancestors, we as a people went through this. Yeah. We should be given this as compensation for what we endured.
I'm not against that necessarily. I just think that it in my opinion, it won't solve anything. Yeah. I just don't think that it would solve anything. Do
you think money solves anything? While we're here, though,
some things.
Yes, money can solve some things.
So giving our community money, you think solves nothing?
I will say.
I think that if you give, I'm sorry, pardon me. Mm-hmm. If you give, let's just come up with a dollar amount.
Okay.
$100,000.
Sure.
Give every black.
So does
person,
that mean I get 50?
Yeah. You might not get none.
What?
You might not get.
Yo, chill.
You might not get none.
Maybe not, because my daddy Jamaican.
I've seen your playlist a couple of times. You got a little more Britney Spears than anything else on there.
Don't do me.
So, if we give every black person that can prove that we are descendants of slavery $100,000. It still does not stop the powers that be from shutting the doors in our face. Because if that is the problem that we identify as the problem, then I think we need to work to solve that problem. And I think money does not solve that problem. I've had money for a little while, and again, I'm high, yellow, green, and I'm passable by some people's standards. That the door gets shut in my face by the bank manager that makes $130,000 a year walking around with his chest poked out. You go in there with a check that's half of his salary. The niggas put an extended hold on your check for no fucking reason.
Okay.
But that doesn't, I'm not to cut you off, but that doesn't give you a reason not to want that. Because somebody's going to, for some, it's going to change their lives. And I heard your first take.
Correct.
And
you are correct.
And I wasn't disrespected, but when I heard it, and I give you full grace on what you meant to say and what you said.
We don't like bringing grace to the picnic, but okay.
I know you just you made it sound like it was a choice about giving that feeling you have when you give a homeless person money. Almost everybody has that pause where they say, what they gonna do with it?
What they gonna use it on drugs?
What they gonna? And
not all of them.
It hit me like that's not what it is.
Got you.
But
point taken. But, and again, if I sounded like, my apologies to us as a community and as a people. That's not really my intent. My intent is again a deeper problem where you start talking about, let's fix the stuff.
Okay. That
holds us back, as opposed to just again throwing money at the problem.
I don't think that people listen.
I agree. Comprehension skills suck.
And I think and I love that you're compassionate to the responses, but I think that's fake outrage for those people because they're not listening. You clearly said, I don't want reparations.
I want equity.
You didn't stop there. You said, I want equity. Why do people just lean into the? They stop. They put a full stop after you said the reparations and didn't go into equity, because at that point you say, oh, for those who don't know, let me look up what equity is and see what the hell he's talking about. I'm just saying, if that's the Blue's Clues of the situation, it's like you didn't stop and say, oh, I don't want my people to have reparations because they're gonna be irresponsible with it. You said I don't want.
Now they was gonna buy Lambos and crab legs.
Wow.
But
wow.
But that's we all have.
He wanted to say that.
I didn't want to say that. Don't put that in my mouth.
I would say this on the next Thanksgiving when we in our own collective families and what. Bring that up. And
bring up reparations.
Watch what the elders say. Watch what the older. For a future episode, it's probably be out with your mom, even the perspective she has.
Yeah.
Listen to what the wise counsel and how they feel about us collectively getting some money.
I just don't think it's I think y'all are making the case for a or, and it should be an and. You want both.
Reparations and
equality and freedom.
And
they foot off the neck.
Yeah, but we got to have some measures to manage that.
If you got, and this is what the white people are scared of. Mm-hmm. If you fuck the or, if you gave us the and, they know that we are going to go ape shit. Look at all the adversity that we've been through, and look at the strides and the measures that we've overcome to get where we are. If they remove the roadblocks, we going to own the road.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? And so reparations would.
Well, and then we see when we do own things like Black Wall Street and what happened in Tulsa, and even any of we see right now that they're literally redlining. Oh,
my bad.
All right now. Come on, be a professional.
One job.
One job. Put the goddamn phone on D&D now.
No, I got you. Edit.
We're not gonna edit. Anywho, let's get down for some ignorance. Let's get into some fun topics. Let's have fun with this, because one thing that me and Ish disagree on a lot is dating dynamics and women and men, and this isn't going to be gender wars. This isn't going to be an ode to patriarchy. We're not going to do this. First off, and I'm gonna speak loud and proud. Well, let's go into quote unquote sports. Do we want to lean into tennis first or Cam Newton's baby mama? What we getting into first?
Yeah, sure.
I'll mess with baby mama drama.
Okay, well, we're getting into the baby mama drama then.
PTS double D.
Not the
Go ahead, dog. Listen.
All right. So Jazzy, who is currently pregnant with her second child, 9th child for Cam Newton. She's the 3rd baby mother with no ring. She recently had a quote unquote transparency moment. She posted this to her Instagram and said, if God gave me a son, I'd be so nervous because I feel like I'd subconsciously raise him to be a man I can only dream of, but never experienced, and that's traumatic. Now, I don't, damn, your face.
So what doesn't she want? She doesn't want her son to be rich. She doesn't want him to be a college graduate. She doesn't want him to be a NFL star. Doesn't want to be a media star. Doesn't want to be known worldwide. So what are the things doesn't she want?
I think that's the thing. When we talk about what we actually want in partnership, we never sit here and say, we want this powerful, famous man. We want, I think as women now, we really would like partners that have emotional intelligence. Partners that do not suck your teeth. I think that we could have these ideas that we want a certain lifestyle, right? In our mind, cool. An athlete looks like something that we would love to date. We would love that thing in our mind, right? Mm-hmm. But when we really actually sit down with what we want, it's a lot of things that we're not getting. It's the person that's there. She said right after her first baby that she went through postpartum and felt like she was a single mother not getting any help. And so I think that motherhood is something that women want. Partnership is something that women want. But I don't think we genuinely sit down and talk about how we want our partners to show up. And so when we get the thing that we think we want, it's not what we want at all. Here we go. I don't like both of y'all looking at each other like this.
I wish she had said those words out loud instead of doing a reverse shot at anybody and everybody.
Oh, this is a reverse shot at Cam, specifically.
And see, I disagree. I stand on the opposite side.
You don't think this is a shot?
No.
She wants to raise the son as a man that she's never experienced.
I think that's honesty. I don't think it's a shot. I think that, and let me jump. Well, I don't know who said it. This is what we have not brought up yet, right? Mm. He goes to all of Cam's accolades.
Right.
Cool. In society, and now I'm going to crack your head because in society, we measure a man by how much success and how much money he attains. So we say, yo, this is a good man based on this, right? And which are all surface level physical things, material things. You can't say, yo, I want a man to be there when I'm going through all of these things emotionally and spiritually and mentally, but nigga, you still gotta go make them millions, because there's gonna be a disconnect there, because the niggas that's out making millions might not have time to be at home when you going through it at 3 a.m.
True.
Okay.
Right? Valid. So I think her thing was honest. I think, yo, dog, I might have, and no disrespect to Cam at all, I might have a 7.5 in Cam. But the things that he's lacking in, I would like for my son to be proficient in. And I don't think that's a shot at him. We all have girlfriends. We all have husbands, wives, whatever the case may be. Your husband and your wife are lacking some things, and you would want for your offspring to be proficient in those things. I don't think that that's a shot.
I think because even with your example, that would mean that the 7.5, because she said if you're giving them a 7.5, she said things that she's never
experienced. Yeah.
Cool. So do you think just that 2.5 will make all the difference? Because that's why I say I wish she would have called him out. Because anything that I obviously don't know him. Whatever got him to a 7.5, that wasn't enough.
She also said it's traumatic. I would like to know what things she's saying that she's never experienced from anybody. It's not just Cam.
Exactly.
She's saying, I also think that that's a lot of pressure to put on whatever son you're about to birth. You don't think so?
I don't. I think that let's say I don't know her,
right?
But let's say hypothetically she's dated one type of man. Mm-hmm. A lot of women and men, we have a type, and our type is where we go consistently. Where we go, the shit fails, but we go right back there. So,
yo, shut up. It's not about me.
Listen, so
I think all my niggas was different.
You think she
physically different?
Do you think that she learned Cam enough? What did she see in Cam that, prior to whatever discourse they're having now, that changed?
To be fair,
it could be a lot.
But to be fair, I think that's the thing. Like he said, in society, we are attracted to the wealthy man, the powerful man, the
Money,
famous
power,
man.
Respect.
But literally, I think that's a patriarchal thing, right? We do essentially believe we want a provider. That's what I think most women lean towards, especially if they want to lean into
the soft life.
The soft life of what a woman looks like,
They
right?
say that part out loud, though, so you know that part.
But I think that's the frustration. You finally get that, and you do. You want everything about this man that he's not capable of showing up and providing.
You want the shit that the post office worker... I did a show, and I talked about professions that, by and large, are looked at as successful.
Okay.
And today, they are not enough. If you're a college professor and you make $150K, $170K, people look at you like, nigga, if you don't get your ass out of here.
That's the East Coast.
I was about to say.
That's the East Coast, West
I think
Coast.
that's also an internet.
It's major
that's also
city.
an internet take, bro.
That's not true. When you sit down and start discussing what realism looks like to these women on the panel yesterday, women talked about how they are not willing to split 50-50. They not willing to pay a bill. They not willing to do these things. My nigga, if you make $150,000 in most major cities in the United States,
you're in the top
you can't
5%.
pay all the bills.
But you're also like the idea that women want men that make that much money, especially black men. They're not. That's
it's
not.
a numbers
it's
game.
not reality.
Yeah.
It's not reality.
At 150.
Oh wait, and then they want them to be
6
monogamous,
feet with good dick, with sense of humor, with personality,
Now y'all being
fashionable,
Pacific.
over 6'2". All of these things, my nigga, the numbers are not in your favor. And what I'm saying is, when you get the dude that has all of the surface shit, guess what? That nigga might not be funny. His personality might not be it. Yeah. You can't take him to your corporate Christmas party and the cookout with your hood cousins. They not gonna mesh. So what I'm telling you is the things that y'all say y'all are looking for, right, on the surface level, when you get them, now you're stuck and you say, you know what? It's not enough. It's not enough.
We all know, be it your cousin, be it yourself, the good guys can finish last. We all know that as a fact. And it's just another category of stuff. It's just inconsistency. There's somebody for everybody.
There is.
But the thing we've heard most, last 5 years at least, not saying it's universal, get the money. Where's the bag? Where's
I do
when's
think
the last time
fucking our community.
I do think that there needs to be a healthier relationship with mothers and sons, though, because you either hate the nigga you chose to make the baby with, so then there's resentment to the child, or you literally create a very strange relationship with this son because you want to make him the man that you can't go out and find, that you can't go out and date. And that's where we have like the little blurred lines with those types of relationships that I see, and it's unhealthy.
But you should be trying to build your boyfriend.
I mean, to me, it's what we're seeing with what's the mom right now not wanting her football son to date nobody, the Jalen or whatever his name is.
I don't think she wants him not to date people. I think she wants to protect him from the hoochie mama bitches that's out here praying on niggas. What you talking about? Yo, dog, we got 40-year-old women trying to attract 22, 23-year-old stars that they know gonna get a max contract and make $300 million.
They call them cougar aunties.
Yeah, but I think that's the problem too. As a man, when you reach a certain level of money, a certain income, a certain status, the idea that you think everybody only wants you for that, when oftentimes you lead with that too, it's just like, bro, there's women that can like you for other things.
Take that part out.
The part where they lead with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because everybody doesn't do that. And
Okay.
especially some of these athletes, they don't have to do that because my name is my name. Chad Ochocinco says, fam, I don't have to show no money. I'm riding around in a Prius. They know I'm rich already. Nowadays, girls will pull out their phone when you tell them their name and what you do and Google your contract.
Yep.
So I don't have to lead with money. My profession speaks for itself. So we're not going to conflate the two issues. Fam, nowadays, if you look at dialogue is telling men you got to come with the bag first. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, but also men don't know how to speak either. So then there's that.
Cool.
No,
That's
that is
Listen,
if we think about the men that literally just have to show up. No, there are men that because of who they are, because of their name, because of their career, they now feel the need to not have to actually speak and show dialogue or talk.
Tell me what it means to just show up. What does that even mean?
These pretty women that just got a fat ass and a pretty face, they don't know how to speak neither, nigga. Like, don't do that.
I agree.
Act like it's a man thing.
It's both.
Okay, they never had to work on their social skills because I've been a star athlete since I was in 6th and 7th grade.
They was getting their homework done for them.
Yes.
Women constantly wanted them. Teachers didn't hold them accountable. So they go into dating with those same things. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to show up. I don't have to work on myself. All I got to do is this one thing: make money and be a star. So all of the other skills that they should have been learning to adapt in other parts of their life, they've never felt the need to.
I agree with that, but that's not a man thing. That's a people thing.
It's a people thing.
A lot of these rich people, they socially awkward because they have been.
Well, that's because there's a lot of people undiagnosed autism.
True, but the mathematicians, the engineers, they be socially awkward.
Undiagnosed, I'm telling you.
But trust me, if somebody's older, I'm a little bit older than you.
Okay.
I see women who used to just walk in the door. They hit in their 40s. They don't even know how to act because people ain't just running up chasing.
We're not.
They got
we're
a
not
body
having
on
this
drinks,
conversation.
and I'm not against it or anything.
This is what
they just don't know what it is to be in a relationship anymore.
I don't know him.
I know, and
I don't know him.
He brings this conversation up all the
It's an echo in the room. I don't know him. When the women get to be 38, 39 years old, the things that once mattered to them are less important.
Facts.
When a woman gets to be 38 or 39 years old.
Oh, this is giving Kevin. This is the Kevin Samuels.
No, it's not.
Because it's not disrespectful.
That's not Kevin Samuels.
Well, I'm only saying it's the Kevin Samuels because in conversations that we've had, when they get to 38, 39 years old, quote unquote, ... it's that women are declining. It's that they can't ask for things. It's that they waited too long to show up as this, and now they're behind. And it's just like,
I don't even think. I just think that then, back to the point with Cam, with full circle. I think that when you are in your 20s, when you're in your 30s, early 30s, you know you have time.
Right.
So you think that.
Man, we all got time, even in our 30s.
Prince Charming is still out there for me, right? He's still there, so I have time to get him. And when you start to get into your latter 30s, early 40s, one, you realize Prince Charming may not be coming for me, and then number two, the things that I wanted in Prince Charming are no longer as important as they once were.
Okay.
And so, to her point, fam, I have this man,
the superstar
that has
athlete,
all of these accolades, and I don't know him from a personal. You know what I'm saying? Cam could be funny as shit. He could be smart as shit. He could be encouraging. He is funny, but he could be encouraging. He could be all these things. I'm not saying that he's not, but whatever he is not, it might not. The money, the fame, and all that shit might not outweigh the things that he's lacking.
She said the man I can only dream of but never experience. I think that's a part of women that we have to come. I think our expectations are unrealistic.
So is she giving up? Is
no.
She'll never experience?
She said she's never experienced past tense. So she would like to. Here we go. I'm not doing this.
Nobody has.
Okay, so then let's so then let's go.
Perfection is a goal.
So then let's go
Niggas that look like Cam that's out here getting all this money in it.
So let's go to the other end of the spectrum here. Let's go. So American tennis player who's actually 30, Sashaya Vickery, made headlines for not only competing in the U.S. Open qualifiers, but candidly discussing her unusual new dating policy. She revealed that she now requires a $1,000 pre-date deposit, citing past negative experiences. She said, "I no longer date for free due to the behavior of men." The Florida-born athlete, of course, Florida, she recently reached a career high ranking of number 73 and defended her use
70
of...
what?
Hold on. Mind you, hold on. Yep. She not only ranked number 73, this was back in 2018, she also defended her use of OnlyFans, calling it the easiest money she's ever made.
Next.
Yo, we gotta discuss this for real.
Right.
What?
Fam. Let me ask you, does she sound insane?
No, I absolutely believe at this point we just need to wear badges that say, "Hi, I operate as a prostitute. I operate as an escort." In dating, I expect you to this to be more transactional than me really caring to get to know you. To me, that's the problem with everything that I'm seeing online. When you're leading with a woman as, "I need you to give me this before I even care about anything about your ass," you just need to be okay with labeling yourself as a sex worker.
Dog, dating is that. It's
dating
trial and error. You are going to kiss a million frogs before you find your prince or your princess.
Or you shouldn't be kissing all these niggas.
You're not going to give 1,000 frogs $1,000.
I'm not giving them 50 cents. Yo, listen, what I'm telling you is, dog, how do you say they're wasting your time? Cool, that's one.
Yeah.
As if their time might not be being wasted by sitting
with you,
having a shitty conversation with you over a meal.
Yeah, I agree.
These are the things like and society is adopting and accepting these things.
I
that
hate this shit.
The men have all of the deficiencies, and the women are showing up and showing out, and now it's for us to prove ourselves to them.
It's crazy because...
My nigga, this is a test for both parties.
Facts.
I feel like this is... And it's funny because in the comments, they were like, well, she can demand that because of what she does. Maybe she makes a lot of money.
She's reached number 73.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
And if that's the case, what the fuck can Cam demand?
I'm not going to hold you. I feel like, I feel like to me, and the ladies are going to hate me on this, I feel like this mentality that a man has to show up like this out the gate is broke bitch mentality. Me and Ish recently had a conversation, and it was like, as women, when you become financially independent and financially secure, your views on life change so much. Like, you become a better, and as women, the ability to become financially dependent allows you to actually get to know men for men and not as these providers, not as the patriarchy. Like, you're able to
when does that typically happen?
I would say in your 30s.
Your latter 30s.
When you,
your early 40s. When you
actually have your own bag. When as a woman, when you have your own bag, you actually get to view men as
a human,
partners, as a human
being?
Yes, which is crazy, but yes.
I'll ask a simpler question. When it comes to dating, whatever the age, whatever the bag, at what date, and I'm not even talking sexual for sure, is there any expectation from a woman?
No. You guys definitely want sex out there. I don't think you guys don't date.
From the first
date. Minimize this question.
From the first date,
a
man has expectations of what he has to do from even calling the date, setting up the date. At what point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months later, does a woman have her first expectation?
That's a good one.
Of something she has to do, something she has to provide, something she has to call, whatever she has to do. There are no expectations.
I would say at least the way we show up physically. That's very important, and it comes at a cost. So
what's the cost?
Hair done, nails done, the way we dress, the way we present ourselves. There's
so we're coming to the thing. Jacked up and nappy-headed.
Men don't have that.
We just.
What are you talking about?
We in that same chair.
Okay, so your expectation, I would say then it's sex. That's what y'all want. That's the expectation.
And y'all don't.
I think that when we go into dating, women as a whole, and not necessarily myself, because I don't want the same traditional outcomes with dating, but traditionally speaking, in dating, women are looking for how this person can be as a partner. And I don't think men go into dating necessarily gauging a woman as a partner.
It's the wrong P
What's
word.
the wrong P?
Provider. Because if you're looking for a partner, then you're looking to build with that person, and they don't have to come to the table meeting all his expectations. I gotta see how I can mesh with this individual to build an empire for me and my family.
Right. What are the expectations? If we have the expectations of men being providers, what expectations do men then have on women in dates?
I can't answer it because I'm different.
Oh my God!
I'm not trying to be funny.
Different.
What I'm looking for and what I'll accept is different than what some other people will accept.
Okay.
So I know a lot of people where all a woman has to do is have a certain aesthetic, and that is sufficient for them.
Until it ain't.
I'm not knocking that.
I'm
not knocking that at all. If that's what your bag is, then do your thing. I'm saying that, and I say this publicly, and you my friend, so you know, the intangible shit for me far outweighs the tangible.
Yeah. Okay.
It far outweighs the tangible for me.
Absolutely.
So I can't speak to nobody else.
I mean, we talk many times. You know I'm a sapiosexual. I love strong
conversations.
Powerful, good conversations. I've been in a space where I see a lot of young and older women who are strong, doing their thing, and always have. We hand out, no matter what package it comes in, that's just completely a turn off.
It's a turn off. And I've been that way since I was a kid.
Just talking?
No. When you come to the table thinking that I'm so pretty or I'm so fire, that's all I have to be is pretty.
Red flag.
Damn.
I mean, I think
I'm handsome too, bitch.
I think oh my God.
Like,
not I'm handsome too, bitch.
What you talking about?
No, I think though that I like to just go back and blame the patriarchy on this because essentially,
it is.
like I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm agreeing with
okay,
that.
let me share something. Let me share something that was so crazy. So I recently was working on a project. And there's a lot of movies that if you rewatch it as an adult is insane. Like your point of view looks at it crazy. So recently watched Pride and Prejudice, and it was so fucking interesting because the entire film is based upon like. like literally, and I'm not a feminist, but I watched it and I was disgusted. All of the women in the movie were just waiting to be selected by a man. And it was based upon their aesthetic, their looks. So literally through the whole film, you're looking at the women that might not be as attractive, the men that are literally like, eh. Then you had Mr. Darcy in the film, who literally made it seem like he wanted a very well-read, a well-traveled, he wanted all these things that at the time women really just weren't even. So it was interesting to see all of these dynamics of mothers pushing their children on to be married, men just having their selection of all these bitches, and it was just like, this is a disgusting film. I hate it.
What year is
today?
That,
it's 2025.
No, to me, it's also, and so I was watching and I was like, damn, not
bad.
much really changed. Now this film dropped in 2005, and it was based on like some medieval fucking time.
Exactly.
But I was like, wow, we're not far off from this. And so when you sit here and say, yeah, but women only got to show up with looks and men are looked at as the providers, this was essentially what it's always been.
No, you're leaving out a really, really, really important piece.
What piece?
The money. In Pride and Prejudice, those were not commoners. The same way today, you're making the equivalency to the Jay-Z's, the Cams, these guys have traditionally gotten pretty women.
Right.
So you're not talking about commoners. Commoners look at the world in a different lens than the mega rich. So in Pride and Prejudice, you're talking about the dudes that had the pick of the litter.
Right.
So when you have the pick of the litter, that's what it's going to be. Common man is not necessarily out here looking for those same things.
I guess that's why from the microphones to the tweets, everything on the internet is spoken from non-commoner point of views.
Yes.
POVs. It's just unrealistic with unrealistic expectations.
And I know a bunch of women, especially black women, that are not out here looking for Cam Newton. I know a bunch of black women that just want a good ass dude that's gonna come home every day, that's gonna cuddle with me, rub my feet, give me some dick, pay some bills, and raise our family.
Okay, we agreeing. Okay, let's get into quote unquote politics.
But you're new there. In that ideology.
I am new there. I'm not gonna hold you. And this is where like when writing the book No Holds Barred, it was very important for me to be able to showcase like the change in my lens of dating. And I do think that my early on views of dating came from a broke ass bitch who only thought a man was there to allow me the experience of vacations because I couldn't make it myself, the experience of luxury bags because I couldn't get it myself, the experience of having a roof over my head because I was like, God damn, I keep having to work for rent. And now that those things are nothing. No, I know. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my
I'm not gonna lie. My point of views on dating as a broke bitch were terrible. And unfortunately, not to shade any of my listeners, I don't know if you broke bitches, but when you get to a place of financial security, I hope for more women to reach it, your lens on men do change and become so much better. And then you also don't feel like you can't show up as yourself. Like me right now, I love telling niggas, you 1 of 5. And you just gotta, make, okay. You 1 of 5. Okay, I'll just.
I know how you feel about certain people.
Shut up.
Let them say the same thing.
All right.
Oh
no, I know. I be sharing these niggas. It's okay. I'm a realist though. Anyways, let's get into politics before we wrap this thing up. Donald Trump recently, stirred up the pot. This is what he tweeted about the Smithsonian, and I want to have this conversation about our thoughts and views on removing critical race theory and all the things happening around our history. All right. So the museums throughout Washington, but all over the country, are essentially the last remaining segment of quote unquote woke. The Smithsonian is out of control, where everything discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future. We are not going to allow this to happen. And I have instructed my attorneys to go through the museums and start the exact same process that has been done with colleges and universities, where tremendous progress has been made. This country cannot be woke because woke is broke. We have the hottest country in the world, and we want people to talk about it, including in our museums. Now.
You want to go first?
This might be a little long-winded. This is a touchy subject.
I might be
what makes it touchy?
I'll ask it as a question because I got connects I can't mess with in certain areas. How do you put back up Confederate statues at the same time you're taking down pictures of anything?
How about it?
How are you doing that at the same
time?
How are you renaming bases the same time you can? If you can explain that to me, I'm good.
I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be very clear. It's why I just brought up, like, you have this policy right now that you're pushing to get to knock out immigrants as if you're not married to one and created children with another.
No,
one.
and
like
as if they're not all the workers at your golf courses.
Yeah, no. I think that
where they gave a pass for the immigrants that work in farming, quote unquote, and landscaping to get a different bump.
Mind you,
now you know that your shit is going to suffer as a result of your deportation.
Mind you, when we
policies.
talk about the potential or possibility of entering World War III, what is the number one thing they're doing? Going back to what happened in World War I and World War II. Like, you can't necessarily even try to remove history as if it doesn't repeat itself.
Sure.
And so for me, I think the fact that there's him and DeSantis, I mean, especially because I lean into Florida politics a lot, and why I think it's important to lean into what's happening on a local level, because it's going to fucking reach a federal level. To me, seeing that he's looking to do this is really interesting, because what it's really doing is just making white people be absolved of their treatment of America. And it's why he says, let's make America great again. It was never really great. You want to lean into that we've been the best country in the world, when in reality, now that a lot of us have passport stamps and actually get to travel, we see how advanced and better other countries actually are than here.
And see the real stats that are being pushed.
Oh, it's why they wanted to control TikTok. They said, oh, you niggas is learning too much. It's I don't know. It's frustrating. I will say museums to me are interesting because I think they do be lying. So I went to the African American Museum. And when you start at the bottom, it starts with the ships that bring the shit over. And they have all these artifacts that I question to be real or not.
The ships that bring the what over?
The ships that bring the slaves over. Okay. But then they also had like diagrams of how they laid in it.
Diagrams, right?
Or
not actual structures.
Not
because they done find allegedly bones of all.
Bruh.
But go ahead.
So I ain't gonna hold you. They also had these. Apparently the actual the paper where they showed how many slaves made it, how many slaves didn't make it. They had their names, and I'm like, wait, y'all ain't have names for these things. I know that they was counted as numbers. Y'all didn't even see these as human beings. Sure. So I'm just like, I don't believe the reality that these are real artifacts. And so for me, when I go into the African American Museum, it's interesting because a part of me feels like they've already lied about our history.
Boom.
And so this is interesting that he's now trying to remove these. I feel like white people have already shaped our history in a way that's not real. Same way I went to, and I talk about it in the episode with my mom, we went to Disney, the whole Pilgrim Indian shit. That was lied to us in the delivery of it. And so it's interesting for us to know that now, because we've had people...
Mandy, the victor controls the narrative. Narratives.
A lion can't write books.
What do you mean by that? Because you be saying some shit sometimes. I'll be like, what the fuck?
No,
what the
so
fuck that even
think
mean,
about
nigga?
this. When you,
the lion can't write.
You're so stupid. When you
did you hear the pause?
No, listen.
Nobody knew what you were talking about.
Yo, you stupid. Yo, it's a hunter. When you go on somebody's house and they have a lion head up here as an accomplishment, and we praising them for catching this lion out in the wild. It's like, yo, my nigga, if the lion could write a book, they not looking at you like a fucking hero. They looking at you like a fucking a monster.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying? And so what white people have done, I just had this conversation yesterday in the hotel lobby. It was two older women recognized.
You stay talking to people.
No, they recognized me from the show and just started talking about starting a podcast. And so they were really religious. And so they're like, "Are you religious?" And I started laughing.
Tricky.
And they like, I'm like, "No, my mom is Pentecostal to the 10th power and all of this other stuff, right?" And they're like, "Whoa!" Ladies start shouting in the lobby, and I'm like, "Oh man,
got him!"
Right? So we started laughing, and I said, "Yo," she said, "So you don't subscribe to religion?" And I said, "I do." I said, "However, if you're a uber religious person, then I think you also have to be a huge historian, because I think the two things have a marriage." And so I said, church and state were one. white men were running the world at some point because they started conquering everything, killing off all the scribes, killing off all of the wise men, and burning the books. Those are the few things that
they literally were burning books.
When you immediately conquer a civilization, is you wipe out their history because after 1 or 2 generations, their history is no longer.
Yep.
Cool. So after the old motherfuckers die and you mate with the people, they're going to identify with you. This is what they're doing. Think if they start taking slavery out of the school books like they're doing in Florida and Texas especially.
I mean, as an adult, I think it's been interesting that Black history has, for so long, for generations, has been so limited with which people they even teach us about. Like, I learned about Fred Hampton because of Judas and the Black Messiah, the film. Really? Like, there's certain people within our history
we're not gonna talk
that
to
were
you
never
about these headstrong niggas.
Literally,
Martin Luther King said, "Let them smack you." So that's what we gonna push down your face.
That was Malcolm X.
No, Martin Luther King said, "Let them smack you and turn
let
the
the white
cheek."
people slap you. Then the other person, don't do that. Shut up. I heard it. Well, one was pro-protest, the other was pro-violence.
Well, that's what they presented to us. But Martin changed his tune.
He changed.
But they don't talk about that.
And then the feds killed him.
Because right when he changed,
wow.
This nigga got good.
They're like, oh,
I mean,
we got both of these niggas?
No. Facts.
We can't do that.
So I think it's interesting with us being essentially millennials and Gen Y being somewhat of the most woke generations with the most access.
Don't say woke.
Why do we not like woke? Okay, so educated. What about educated to the point where we've had access, informed generations across the masses, and so it's interesting to us now being the most informed, having the most access to technology, to books, to our people being able to educate us, to now literally visibly seeing them trying to remove it for the generation right below us.
Right.
Below us.
And that's the point. So if you, and that was the correlation I made with religion. Like, we've been taught that Jesus had blonde hair, blue eyes. We've been taught all of these things. And that's just something real surface. Yeah. But if we can erase all of these things that white people have done, one, it absolves them of their guilt. And that's the critical race theory argument. It absolves them of their guilt.
For those that feel any guilt.
For those that feel guilt. Let's be very clear.
Keep it a buck with you. A lot of them don't even know.
What you mean they don't know? They know.
Let me finish. They know about slavery. A lot of them don't know. You just said you're a black woman that didn't know about Fred Hampton. So who the fuck you think they gonna know about it?
Right.
Black people don't know a lot of
they
our
don't
shit.
even know about no.
So if you think the white people know, you're bugging.
Now that we think about it, in terms of even how we learn history, right? We have the One Black History Month, but throughout the rest of that, outside of Hitler, we don't hear. There's not much taught about how white people came in and were the slave. There's no history on slave masters and what their treatment was to slavery.
They glorify the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. They glorify that shit. My nigga, they came here and took some people's shit that welcomed them, taught them how to farm,
Christopher
taught them how
Columbus,
to hunt, taught them how to
right.
learn the terrain and the land. We taught y'all, and then y'all reversed it and took our shit away from us and wiped us out and relegated us to little pockets of land when all of this shit was ours.
You're right. You're right.
We're only 13%. There are communities now that if you could be a 14-year-old kid just going to school and have never met a black person.
True.
And we all just heard the story of them building the city, building the community that was going to be just them, for them, their rules. No one's going to burn that down. No one's going to
I don't think they burn our shit down today neither. I think that they'll
You don't think so?
I don't think
I think that that's why they're doing the gerrymandering and redlining. Right. Like, I think that even in terms of politically, us being in a space to create a system that's governed by us, for us, that's why they're redlining and making it to where it's not even possible. I don't think it's...
That's blocking in power.
That's the power thing. I think that to my point before, if they gave us equity, how we started off full circle, if they gave us equity or if they took away the roadblocks, we gonna own the road. I think that with the shit that they're doing in Texas keeps the powers that be in Texas, the powers that be. Because what's starting to happen is, even if you look at Congress, it's starting to be more color.
Yeah.
It's starting to be different sexual orientations. It's starting to be different religious orientations. They don't want that shit. The white men that have been running this country for the last how many ever 100 years want to maintain that power, and they're starting to be scared. A lot of this, even the immigration shit, is based on numbers. Like, these motherfuckers are coming here, and they in 5-10 years they're gonna be the majority, and we can't have that. So we gotta get these motherfuckers out of here because they breeding babies like rabbits.
They don't do that. It is.
I'm playing, but yo,
you remember years ago, about maybe over the last decade, there was a study that said that I don't know, 2030 or whatever, the dominant language was gonna be Espanol,
bruh. When
that was gonna be Espanol.
I own a construction company.
We know,
right? Wow. 2 sides of the box are English. The other 2 sides are Spanish.
Right.
On the outer box, the instructions, all of that shit. That's how much diversity is being presented.
Not only that. I used to say it. Leaving Florida, the idea of ever going back, I always say Florida's not a place for me because I'm not bilingual. Like, there's a lot of jobs that require you to be bilingual if you're living in certain communities in Florida. Mm-hmm. Like, and I mean, I don't know, kind of even the Bronx. Like, I remember living in the Bronx, and literally you got to know how to order your food in Spanish because they're not even learning English. And, like, they're coming here and having the ability to do that.
And they'll create a community where they don't have to leave outside of their community. Like, my girl's Portuguese. And so they have a section in New Jersey where literally all of the Portuguese people live.
Portuguese.
And a lot of them really don't speak English.
Facts.
And they are surviving in America without being able to speak English because this pocket of society is just their own.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? And so white people don't want that to happen, fam. They whitewashing the history. So
Not only they're whitewashing the history, I want to talk about our power before we get out of here. The Target CEO did step down amid declining sales and DEI backlash. If you guys are living under a rock, they recently shared that they've lost $12.6 billion due to the removal of their $2 billion DEI program. And this is showing Black people the power of actual boycott and not spending money with a certain company. I wish it was like a place I didn't use a lot because I was like, damn, Target.
You still go?
You said what?
You still go? Wait a minute.
So I don't go to stores. I do everything online.
You didn't answer his question.
So I don't.
Has Target gotten some of your spanky?
What can you get from Target that you can't get from
boycotting? How long we been boycotting them?
It just takes one. Master, they leaving over there watching.
Yo, who that day on that nag, ball?
They down by the river.
We sick.
Okay, I think they did have a sale on TVs. I might have bought a TV from there. That's it. Just a TV. And maybe an HDMI cord.
It wasn't some emergency soap you just needed.
Yeah, right.
Because it ain't no other place you can get a TV.
I mean, to be honest, I am an Amazon girly.
And that's the problem.
What? What's the problem?
You didn't read both sides of the flyer,
No,
did you?
I'll explain.
Wait, what's both sides of the flyer?
I'm about to explain.
Uh-oh.
Amazon and Target did the same thing.
Okay.
They committed to these DEI promises and then reneged.
So then why didn't we boycott all of it? Why did we choose only one?
I'm about to tell you.
Because niggas want Amazon still. We said we only gonna go after one of these corporations.
Yo,
that Prime
see what I mean?
Hey, yo, it's 11 o'clock. That shit gonna be on my door at 3 in the morning.
No. We was
Convenience.
But this is the selective ignorance, right? This is to me the select. Like, let's boycott this one company for doing something that we're totally against, but we still go shop at the other one because, nigga, we can get same day.
I can get soap, toys for my daughter
from the living room, from your phone.
Yo, everything. Phone.
So
case,
so then let me ask y'all, because we only chose to do this one corporation, do you think it really moves the needle?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
Why?
I think it shows.
It shows something.
It shows that one of the biggest retailers in the world has been punished by us.
Well, in the country, I don't think Target is a global.
I mean, but even that.
Even if they're not.
If you're the biggest in America, you're one of the biggest in the world.
Okay,
you
valid.
Making some noise.
Valid.
America. They're one of the biggest retailers in America, and for them to lose money in their stock price. See, stock price talks shit because now it's New York City. Downtown New York City is taking notice to this. You get what I'm saying? It's not some local shit where JoJo Farm got mom and pop store got bankrupt. Target is losing billions of dollars, which resonates to people that are their investors, shareholders, etc.
Not to cut you off, this is the center of cancel culture. If you can make it seem, and they have, that we don't F with them no more, and to see you there is to expose you, it's solid.
Some of the
y'all ain't gonna see me in Target.
Listen, some of the biggest minority groups in the world.
I'm gonna order it online. I'm just saying.
Some of the biggest minority groups that we are afraid of in the world, right? The reason that they are so impactful is because they mobilize. And when they mobilize, they'll put out the word to everybody in their crew that we are not fucking with them no more. We're not going to lend $1 to advertising. We're not going to promote them. We're not going to spend any money in their stores. And it shows on your bottom line and on your spreadsheet. And if you can affect a nigga's spreadsheet, you can affect how they do business.
Yep, hurt them in their pockets.
Facts.
Hurt them in their pockets.
And that's what happens.
I think it's interesting because full circle moment and my final thoughts, it's interesting to see the power of the black dollar while, again, when we are the underdogs, but creating these systems where we get to own, we get to make money, we get to educate our own communities. We still have the people within our communities talking down on those platforms. It's interesting. I don't, by the way, shop at Target. Thank you very much.
If I go to your,
you know what?
PayPal account right now,
yo.
I would be sad if we as a community chose to do this with Amazon. I just don't. Can I just say, black people, can we do one of these things that we don't really like? Let's go to another, the next corporation that we target. Just make sure, and no pun intended. Let's not target Amazon.
No,
you think this works, and we don't need to do it again?
I think
Don't we need to do it to another?
The next person that get out of pocket, we do it to them, and then I think everybody will start to take notice the same way we take notice with other groups. That yo, you can't say nothing about them motherfuckers. You can't do nothing with them motherfuckers because they'll punish you. I think once we start making examples of these corporations, then everybody else will take notice and follow suit.
I trust you. The board meeting for the first person that gets a little tweet about we coming after you next, they're gonna do something. Target is too visible, too powerful of a board, and they see the dollars. It wasn't something that somebody did for 2 weeks because we a big 2 weeks.
We good, yeah.
We good for 2 weeks.
Fuck Gucci.
I ain't going to 2 weeks. I'm gonna march for 2 weeks, but that third week you're like.
I will say what's unfortunate too is Target. Target did a really good job over the last 5 to 10 years of bringing in black brands. They did so good. So to see that it was somewhat either a tax write-off or so performative or whatever they were doing it to get rid of it in a way that I thought that they were really moving the needle forward with black brands, with black visibility. They were. And so I think that's also why it was so disappointing that they removed that program.
I agree with that.
Because they, to me, did a great job.
They did.
With showing that they stood by us through BLM. I know that a lot of influencers that got paid through Target. They Tabitha Brown has her products in there. They really highlighted and shelved and put on shelves a lot of black brands.
Scotch and Porter,
all
of
a lot.
Black hair products, et cetera.
And so to see that it was performative, I think that's really why we targeted them, because it was a slap in the face that, y'all black really was. Yeah, they
you
took
my friend.
They took heed to that.
If I think you my friend and you betray me in any way, especially something like that, for somebody who you just caping for, oh, that's for life. Oh, no,
and I hate to tell you, it's well deserved.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't feel any remorse.
No, me neither.
Like I've heard that. Oh, they just said that publicly.
What, the CEO stepping down?
No, they just said publicly that they're not fucking with the DEI programs, but behind closed doors, they still have the monies allocated accordingly.
That's what they be saying. Yeah, I've heard that too.
Even still, nigga.
I've heard they're saying that with Walmart too. They're just renaming DEI. It's not getting rid of, but I'm like,
trust me, as somebody who I work in a lot of non-profit spaces around the nation, and I'm engaged and plugged in. Money is getting cut off. Don't let no one tell you, it's just a little. It's not just about what's on the shelves. You know, no matter where you are, companies cut checks.
The marketing dollars, those checks are not being cut at all. They're not.
And it's impacting our community in ways that we can't talk about.
That we won't even catch up for 3 or 4 years.
Facts.
I agree. So my last question to y'all: if Amazon is next, do y'all give up on Amazon, or do you care about your same day deliveries?
Prime come with a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna hold you. I got this audio books.
You see that Selective Ignorance? Look.
That Grubhub discount.
Wait, there's a Grubhub discount?
What's up, John? Man, there, Chuck.
I do enough work, but it's like, if I can get it overnight.
Yo, dog, it's shit
What?
that I don't even know where to go shop for it physically.
Except for Amazon. I know.
That Amazon has.
And you don't even know. It didn't be on sale somehow? Like, what the? Bruh.
Nah, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I love Amazon. I always say, and I keep saying it too. If I
Please do
could,
right, Amazon. Please do
Amazon.
Hey,
right.
Amazon, step y'all shit up, man.
Please.
Yo, dog, the $200 Home Depot faucets,
Come on.
the fly shit,
it's on Amazon.
$60.
Look at. Wait, not Amazon being the new Shein
What?
for everything else. Okay.
Dog.
Amazon
And
is
you
the new.
trust
You remember how
them.
mom used to look at the circulars, the Sunday circulars?
Yes.
Not-
That's
that's
Amazon.
Amazon?
Like, we be on our phone
Penny
like,
savers, like
Listen.
yeah, word, yo, dog.
I love it so much.
I can't imagine
I love
buying
Amazon.
anything without at least browsing.
At least.
I can't imagine.
Yo,
Amazon has us in a chokehold. I ain't gonna hold you.
they running shit.
They-
Kitchen,
no.
kitchen handle. Again,
Everything.
My one order, I could buy Pampers, formula,
Soap,
kitchen
lashes,
handles,
clothes,
faucet,
everything.
some inserts for my sneak, all in one order. She just come in a box in less than 2 days.
Listen, I think some shit could come out about Bezos, and we'd all
Word.
ignore it.
I ain't
I
gonna
think
hold
we'd
you.
ignore it. I'm not
That's-
gonna lie.
that's
I'm just-
unfortunate,
That
though.
is
That's
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
It's selective ignorance. Period. Well, Ish, thank you for coming on again. And joining me
Yeah, you
in
gotta-
convo.
you
You
gotta
ain't really
pay me,
cracked
'cause
no muffins.
Good. I don't want to.
It was just good dialogue. I enjoy all of us kind of disagreeing, but then coming to agreements. That's kind of normally what our conversations are like.
Amazon bringing families together. I'm just saying.
Turkey stuffing mix.
Period. All of it.
Cranberries
all
at your
of it.
Yeah, I give you nothing to clip up.
do you got
14
anything?
times.
Wow.
I did not clip it up 14
Y'all clip that
times.
shit up 100
No.
times.
No.
And repurpose
I-
it.
I've
Your
seen it at least 10
community,
times.
Yo,
your
dog.
community was clipping it up.
No.
We didn't clip it up
The
like that.
selective ignorance page.
Bro, I didn't pay. I don't pay for that much clips. It was literally
No,
two
you
clips
already
max.
had to do it?
You already had the one clip, and y'all just February, April,
That is not what happened.
June.
That
Y'all
is
ended
not
the
what
word.
happened.
Man, fuck that nigga. He's bitch ass nigga.
You
Yeah,
are
I got it.
lying now.
Word,
You are lying.
dog. All right, whatever.
Okay, so we're ending this with Ish saying he still don't want to give niggas no money.
That's not
'cause
true at all. That's not true. See, look.
And Barry said you bitches need to make money to treat people like humans.
Wow.
So I mean that's the synopsis.
That's not
at
it.
the
but
end.
Go ahead.
Ish, do you have any final thoughts? Just
No.
to anybody? No. All right, Barry.
I want to make sure I go back for the people who were in InvestFest. There's some good people doing good things.
There
and they are
is,
making
absolutely.
community in there. I know things will be twisted. Go connect. They're building community.
And not only that, if you can't make it, I think it serves you as well to just go look at the content and conversations that are had. So if you go to EYL.com, they normally post all of the InvestFest conversations. And kind of like Ish said, do your homework. At the end of the day, you got to do your homework. Checks ain't going to just be handed to you. Even if reparations does happen, they're not going to just hand it to you. You got to do the homework. So, y'all, this is another episode. This is Selective Ignorance, where curiosity lives, controversy thrives, and conversations matter. See you next week.